wonderful viewers, welcome back to my channel, My Marriage, My Pride. I still remain your presenter, Victoria Opara. And today, before we go over to what we have today, remember what we discussed, the fallacy of marriage last time. That was an episode. What marriage is not. I hope you learned a lot on that. And thank you for those that commented. Your questions was answered and I love that. Thank you for the encouragement. And today we have another episode that has been breaking homes, that has been making homes not to be the way they are supposed to be, and that is communication. Some marriages lack communication. Yes, they lack communication because they were not into it before they did what they started. Maybe they just communicated hello, hi, and that is why in marriage, before you get into marriage, you need to know your spouse very well. Know his or her feelings. Know everything that concerns your spouse. See, your marriage, you and your spouse supposed to be in a kind of, once you're married, your spouse supposed to be your friend. The way you started, that is the way you're supposed to communicate with him. How do you communicate with your friend? You laugh, you chat, you say naughty things, you say good ones, bad ones, and that is what communication for you. Now in marriage, there are marriages that don't know, some spouse that don't know how to communicate with their maybe the one close to them. Intimate communication. Do you know that there are some spouse that don't know how to tell their spouse, I need you, I want sex, I want this. Once you can see a man, maybe a woman comes to him and says, babe, I need you, I'm feeling you. So, this one is a prostitute. You didn't even tell me that this is how the way you live your life. You're coming to me to ask is no. In communication, you tell the person the way you are, that is, you flow. You tell the person everything about you. Do you know that there are some people that after that morning, they don't make a call to ask their spouse, how are you today? How have you been? Hello, what's up? They don't do it. The only thing they know is that once they are gone, all I know is that he's going to come back. Now, when that person comes out, the only thing the person knows is, where's my food? Whenever he wants that intimacy coming to sex, he just says, lie down and let me have fun of you, and that's it. In marriage, there is a need for communication. There is a very big need for that. Why I say that is this. There are marriages that you see one of them will come and complain that my husband don't see me attractive. He doesn't even tell me I look beautiful. He doesn't tell me, whenever I say, do I look beautiful? He just nod his head. No, it is not supposed to be that way in marriage. In marriage, communication do what matters a lot, and this brings break up in marriage, and it's not supposed to be that way. And now we are going to be discussing about what communication is and how and when things, the way we should do communicate. He said communication is a way of attempting to get through someone. The way you do you attempt to do to get through someone, a person. I can see you on the way and say hello, hi. That is a kind of, we like all it's just, but there's an intimacy in communication in marriage. Now, number one, we are going to be talking about why do we communicate. Do you know that there are people who don't know why they should do communicate. One, we should communicate to to ourselves. We should communicate to our loved ones. We should communicate because we find it well pleasing to communicate to our spouse. Why do you communicate to your spouse? You communicate to tell your spouse your feelings, your emotions, your desire, what you want. You communicate because you feel like, I want to tell this person how I feel. I want to tell this person my emotions. I want to explain myself better to this person. The way you open up your heart to communicate brings more intimacy in your marriage. And the next one here is, how do we communicate? How do I communicate? Now I communicate with language. Yes, we communicate with language. Now in marriage, we communicate with we can communicate with feelings and desire, with emotions. How do we do that? Do you know there are some ways, there are some styles you communicate that people don't know the time when they should do what? Communicate. Now, when you see some people, the time they will use for maybe, honey, I need money for this, I need money for food, they will use that time to come for another thing. As people that are in marriage, as couples, you're supposed to know how you should do what? Communicate with your what? With your spouse. Some people don't have respect in communication. That's why you see some people, like, if you have pets name, you call it, there are styles, even you give signs. I know of a couple that whenever they want to communicate to each other, if some people are there, they just give sign. Once they give that sign, you see that couples will do what? They will just, excuse me, and they communicate. But some people, hey, mama, they will just, it's not done that way. As married couples, you have to communicate in a way that you understand yourselves. And the next one we have here is what? What do we communicate? We communicate to people. We communicate to our loved ones. We communicate to events, to things that happen around us. You don't just think that maybe because they say, why should we communicate to who? You need to communicate to people, communicate to your loved ones. See, without communication, there is no way you will know that this person is the bone of your bone. Without communication, there is no way you will get a close intimacy of someone you want to get married to. You can't tell me now that you just see a woman today and you say you want to get married. That's fallacy. That's lies. You need to communicate and know. You ask the person questions about his or her own self. When you're doing that, you see that you're finding more things, interesting things about this person. You can easily just throw a question and say a question like, how is your educational life? How is your family? And the person start telling you, I suffer. With that, you start saying, oh, this person is a good guy. With that, there are complications you communicate. No, this person is not for me. The way the person flow will make you to know if this is for you or what or not. And the next one we are talking about is, when do we communicate? The right time to do what? Communicate, like I said before. There are right times to communicate. It's not when your husband is busy calculating the money he has lost and you are busy. That is the time you will see a woman coming in to say, honey, please, I need money for my makeup. Oh no. You are doing what? You're clashing you're clashing it in a way that it doesn't what? It doesn't try. There are times you do what? You communicate. There are words you use, like a spouse will always say, my wife is not a good cook. In the presence of maybe people or in the presence of the wife, it's not done that way. There's a way you can communicate with her. Say, honey, this your food looks delicious, but there are things you need to add on to make it look more spicier, more good. With that, you're encouraging her. What kind of way? There are ways you do what? Communicate that make your spouse fall in love with you. You know that there are some guys, because of their communication, they have won a heart. The way they communicate, the way they gist, the way they flow has made people to come close to them. With this, I know that you know when to communicate, how to communicate, what to communicate to. And there are also obstacles in communication. One of it is fear. This fear that, how can I communicate with this guy? I might tell him how I feel now. He will say that this person, or he will not give me a listening ear. One of the things that makes some people not to communicate to their spouse is this fear. I might tell him that this is it. He said, no. Yes, there are some men that they don't listen to their wife when it comes to communication. They don't have that intimacy of sharing problems. They said a problem shared is a problem half solved. When you communicate with your spouse and say, this is what I'm passing through in the office, can't we take it this way? And with that, you have what? Solution to it, because you have communicated. You have interacted with that person. And there are some people that don't like sharing their family, that's their extended family problem, with their wife or their husband. It is not done that way. When you free out yourself, you are what? You are free. And one of the next thing, the obstacle here is what? Stubbornness. Some people are too stubborn, and that's what makes them, they're always quiet. I don't like those that maybe I'm communicating with you and you're always quiet. The only thing I'm listening to is your head. No. It makes me look like you're having something in heart that you're not telling me. So fear and stubbornness make what? Make people not, is a kind of obstacle towards communication. And we still have more on this, but I am going to be ending this episode. If you want to hear more of this, you are going to come back to our channel by doing what? Subscribing, and by clicking that bell. Comment if you have any issue you want to share with us, like my spouse don't know, he's not understanding, even when I'm trying to communicate with him, he's not listening. We are going to answer your question, because I know there are some singles, there are some married women that are passing through this issue of communication. With this and our next episode, you're going to be hearing more of this. We are there for you. And thank you. God bless you. Bye bye.